life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you.
This is my world, I created, you can't fuck with me. It's a long life, I'ma live it, you just wait and see. Don't you worry, everybody gotta pay the fee. Shit ain't always free, gotta pay the fee. Yeah, yeah, I just caught the power of pops, yeah. Lately we've been talking a lot, yeah. Asking me, man, when this shit drop, yeah. This shit gon' get me laid on God, yeah, yeah. I just caught the power of pops, yeah. Lately we've been talking a lot, yeah. Asking me, man, when this shit drop, yeah. This shit gon' get me laid on God. Don't believe it when they say it won't happen. Now you need it like another bad habit. Give a reason just to keep on acting. If you ain't leaving, then you're stuck with my madness.
The minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side.
What's going on, Gaggy? How are you, man?
Okay, how are you?
Yeah, it's when I'm not muted. It's like
Oh, okay, I see. All right, I was muted. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. We're gonna answer a lot of questions here with Michael. Welcome, Michael, or Swagner. Like I said, I was muted. So, guys, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions. Michael, are you ready for this? Are you ready to be on the spot and answer some questions?
Okay, I think I'm always ready to be on the spot and answer some questions. I am still getting a lot of echo, though. I'm not sure if it's on. Actually, I know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is? All right. Just like when we try to buy ships.
Yeah, man, it's not always a clean start, So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
congratulations.
You gotta get the live stream. So there we go.
Yeah. Congratulations on the live stream. I mean, on the sale, man. I know there's a few problems here and there, but still, I think it's, in my personal opinion, one of the fairest sales out there because you guys did it little by little. You guys didn't just put everything out there at once, and that's quite interesting. Actually, I haven't seen anybody do that. Most of the times, it's just they put all the assets together, and it doesn't give you the chance to actually select the assets that you want, right? So little by little is better, I think, in my opinion. How do you see this? How do you see the sale from your side? I know some people couldn't get in, some people had some problems with the wallets and stuff like that. But overall, how do you see it? How many people did we get?
Yeah, man, it's a great question. We're actually conducting some on-chain analysis right now, so we'll have some better figures to report probably in short order. But overall, all things considered, I think it was a highly successful launch. But before we really jump into that, I just want to congratulate everyone out there who did get a ship, who was interested. Just further confirms for us just how much interest there is out there in the community. And we saw a lot of amazing posts on Twitter and across Discord from people sharing their ships and sharing their fleets. And, quick right there, we've been chatting a lot, Danny and I, and we want to make sure everybody realizes that these ships are not going to be individually piloted. That's possible, but it's also going to be entirely possible to command an entire fleet. So I just want to throw that in there. But yeah, big congratulations to everyone out there, and a huge thank you to my team, because we have been putting in an enormous amount of hours, and a lot of the guys were on 1 to 2 hours of sleep last night, myself included, and that effort I do think pays off. So obviously we want to make everybody happy. That's a very difficult thing to accomplish, but generally speaking, I think that the approach of a staged and staggered rollout of assets accomplished exactly what you said. Allow people to do a little bit of research on the item that they're looking at, or at least the item that's available for sale, and make the determination of whether or not they want to purchase it. So in fact, we have a similar strategy for the remainder of the year. So what you guys saw today was only 5 ships out of a total inventory of 120 ships that will be launched over time. Now, going into the end of the year, at least until December 31st, about a third of those will be released onto the market, and we're doing that every couple of days. And you'll see the item a little bit in advance and be able to check it out before you decide if you want to buy it or not. So if you did miss out today, I'm sorry, but there will be plenty of opportunities to buy plenty more ships. And we'll continue to refine and improve this process as we go, just like we did with the Rebirth campaign.
All right, so let me jump in here real quick and add to that. I see some people here saying it seems like he's a bit out of touch with what's happening and this and that. Look, I got some chips. I also had problems, okay? But here's the thing. Here's the truth of it all right? Okay? I've been in more than 50 sales, okay? There's always problems. It's like you going into Walmart or any store, right? In Black Friday. It's a bunch of people trying to get in at the same time, a bunch of people sending transactions. Shit happens. That's the truth. Shit happens, and you just got to get used to that until the technology is absolutely there to, for things to go really smooth. And it's true. There was some problems. So I'm going to tackle them real quick here because there are other ways to actually get into the sale other than the main website, right? Some people didn't know how to do it. So here it is. If you go to Serum, and I have the links in the description, okay? If you go to Serum, you can actually add the spaceships into the decks. So you can do that and actually do it through Serum right here. As you guys can see in the screen, you guys can do it right here. You go right here and you add the spaceship right here, and then you can see the order book right here. So that's how I did it, and I still got problems because the nodes were overloaded. So I went to Serum, they helped me. I went to the Star Atlas Discord, I also got help. So there's always going to be problems. This is another way to do it, and I'm gonna do a video on this. I'm gonna do a dedicated video so you guys understand how to do it. And of course, you can go right here and actually grab the tokens right here. You grab the token ID, you copy it, and then you add this right here. Market ID, bam. Then you grab the label. Let me see. You grab this label right here. This is a PX5 against USD. You put it right here, and then you put it right here. Boom. And you click add. Okay? And then you can see the order book right here. Of course, PX5, USD. Then you grab right here. You say, I want one of these. You put the amount. You put a little bit more than the amount. It says 145. People are selling it for 145. So you put maybe 146. And then you click buy. Obviously, you got to connect your wallet, your Phantom wallet, and that's it. Okay? I'm going to do a dedicated video on this, but there's other ways for you guys to get into this other than the main website.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that you just did that. I just want to make a point of the reason why you have to bid a little bit more on NFTs on these markets is because typically the way that Serum Dex works is it will reduce the fee from the amount received, right? So like if you're exchanging, say, Solana for USDC, you don't have to pay extra because it takes it out of the amount that comes to you. You can't do that with NFTs, right? It's one of one. It's an individual item. So the user actually has to add the fee on top of the purchase price. So we're trying to improve like the visibility of that and transparency of that. Just for the record, those fees don't go to us; they go to Serum Dex, and we're absolutely trying to improve on the user experience across the board. But yeah, I appreciate you pointing out that there are different venues. And just one more thing here is that everybody has to understand that like what we're doing right now is pre-alpha work. We launched the marketplace in April for the Rebirth campaign. That didn't go perfectly smooth either for the first couple of, for the first drop or two. But by the end of that event, it was operating flawlessly, right? And so this is a different animal, and we're essentially, we're experimenting with the community as we go on the sale. And of course, we're doing as much work as possible in advance to make sure that everything works as it's supposed to. But, it's like difficult to anticipate exactly what amount of volume and user traffic is going to be on the site. So I have to point out, just like Rebirth, we're going to continue to improve this process as the days and weeks go on. And our objective is to make sure that everybody's happy. We're doing our best to make sure that you guys all have a great experience interacting with Star Atlas.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you. It's a lot of experiments. I mean, holy crap, this is brand new, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, holy shit! Like we've been doing this for maybe 2 years, other than before, CryptoKitties on Ethereum or whatever. I mean, this is brand new. You guys gotta understand, this is new technologies. The internet was exactly the same. You couldn't do many transactions on the internet. You remember when you had to connect dial-up? I mean, Jesus Christ, you guys! If you guys want to be this here in the brand new technology, you have to deal with it. Like that's it. That is my opinion.
100%.
You have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. And you have to be okay with it. I've been mad many times. Trust me. Trust me. I've been in many sales and I get mad. I understand you guys, but at some point you have to get over it and kind of keep trying. Trying to get around it, understand the tech. Right. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And for the people that says, "Oh, that's too many steps for Serum," that is why you can do it on the website. You can do it on the website. There's going to be problems. For sure there's going to be problems. But that is why the website it looks good. It's a little bit more smooth. So let's make a purchase right here. For the people that don't know, if you don't have Phantom, then go to the Phantom. Let me see if I have the website right here. You go to Phantom right here. For the people that don't know, you go to Phantom app. You add it to your Chrome. It's just like MetaMask, but for the Solana. Then you get some Solana in FTX. You send it to your Phantom wallet, and then you get some USDC as well. It has to be SPL, right? The Ethereum network uses ERC20. The Solana network uses SPL. So you send USDC and Solana. You need some Solana to make transactions, okay? And once you have that, you go to the website. You connect wallet right here. Boom. Phantom wallet connected. And let's buy a spaceship real quick. Let's see. Trade. Dex trade. Hopefully it breaks, actually, so we can see what happens. To be honest, like, I don't mind it. Like, that's what it's all about, So I'll put $21. Let's see. Buy. I gotta put my password. Hopefully it doesn't leak. All right. Unlock. Approve transaction. There you go. Please confirm transaction with your wallet. Okay. Placing order. Easy claps, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. You have placed an order. 1x Opal Jet. Order type. Let me see if it goes through. All right. Let me see if I go to my inventory. Do I have to claim it in my inventory? I don't remember now. There we go. So now I have it in my inventory, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, claim, easy claps. Then approve the transaction. Oh, you guys can't see it. You guys can't see my wallet. But anyways, I'm approving transaction. Just imagine you're using my wallet, whatever. And there you go. Now you have it. Very smooth, actually. I didn't see any problems. Of course, if you have thousands of people, 50,000, 100,000 people getting in, trying to buy multiple assets, of course it's going to break. I mean, Jesus, Anyways, that was smooth.
Let me point out there, because you mentioned CryptoKitties, man, right? And so I've been in this space for a long time. 2013, I've been through every hype cycle. I've been through all different types of launches and opportunities and ICOs, IDOs, whatever, right? Almost every single time when they're brand new like this is the experience that you have to work through. And the reason you have to work through it is because it's a big opportunity, right? So like, if you expect everything to be handed to you on a platter, then this is not the right place for you right now, because the way that you're going to make a future for yourself in this place is to just dedicate yourself to figuring out how to make it work, how to navigate these systems, how to operate early in these systems. But I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody here, but the CryptoKitties effectively took down the Ethereum network in 2017. There were so many transactions going on CryptoKitties that you couldn't even really transact or trade or send a normal transaction on Ethereum, right? And that was an issue that needed to be resolved. Well, we're currently in a state of, not only are we as an entity in pre-alpha, but we're also operating on beta software that is Solana, and we're integrated with more beta software that is Project Serum. And so the entire ecosystem is dedicated to resolving these problems, where latency issues, asset visibility issues, things that people are may or may not be seeing on their inventory or ability to claim. These are all just early problems that are going to be resolved over time. But I'm going to default back to that comment of like, This is very early. And if you want to participate in this, don't expect a perfectly seamless experience, despite the fact that that is our best intention, is to deliver to every one of our users the optimal experience.
Absolutely. And the fact that, look, I've been in many projects, and Michael has always, showed the face, always, every single time. He's always going to be here and, say it straight up, say what happened. That's it, man. Like, it doesn't get better than this. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I've been in many, many, many cells, and usually they close down the Discord. They don't let you speak for a few days or a few hours so that everything chills down. But look at Michael. Right after the cell, he's right here. And we still have more cells. So let's go into the cells real quick and ask you some questions. What is the next cell? So we have something. How many did we do today? Let me see. We did 1, 2, 3.
5. We have 5 that rolled out today.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And then tomorrow what?
So nothing tomorrow.
Okay.
On Thursday will be the next drop, and there's a couple of more assets coming out on Thursday.
Okay.
I don't want to reveal too much because there is a sense of mystere behind the launch strategy that Danny has intentionally structured, and I want to make sure that we honor that and maintain that for him. So we're not going out and telling everybody exactly what they can buy, when they can buy it. We want you to check back, right? And so every couple of days, check our marketplace. You'll see the timers, just like you did with these assets. You'll see the countdown timer, so you'll know when they're going to go live. But yeah, every couple of days, we're going to have a new asset or a couple of new assets that roll out.
Okay, absolutely. And for the ones that dropped today, I know you guys also dropped a medium like a couple hours ago. There's some people that want to know what these assets actually do. Can you go a little bit into maybe data runner? I know somebody had that question, I think on Twitter or here earlier before, and I want to answer that question. I think it's a pretty simple one.
Yeah, well, so the purpose of a data runner is to go out and explore the universe and discover new planets and new regions, new territories. They capture that data, and part of the revenue potential of that career path is to, as a discoverer of new lands, be able to actually resell and monetize that information. So think of, and this is actually down the line, but think of Star Atlas, the star map, if you will, is kind of being under a fog of war. And so not everybody's going to have full visibility into every component of the universe when they first land into the game. So a data runner is someone that would go capture information, map out new territories, bring that back and sell that to other people. But very quickly on the roadmap, right? So these assets that we sold today, there is no gameplay for them immediately, but within the next, say, 4 to 6 weeks, we're launching ship missions. So that's why we're actually rolling out ship sales right now. And the ship missions will allow people to participate in various activities with different storylines, complete those missions, and then get rewarded for that in the form of either NFTs or Atlas directly or Polis directly in some cases, or components or items that they can retrofit their ship with.
Okay, let's go into the mini games because some people have some questions about that. Does having more chips allow for more minigame chips running or access or more advantage, or how does that play in? If you have more, is it better? Is it the same? How does that work?
Yeah, so 100%, you're going to be able to operate a fleet either individually, and we're also working on a multiplayer component right now where you can actually queue together, and you can take on bigger and better, more valuable missions. So, but you as an individual player, you can select from your inventory of ships which ones you want to go on a mission with you. What we're hoping over time, and one of the reasons why we are a little bit opaque about all of the, I don't want to say all of the attributes of every one of the ships, but we don't want to reveal strategy that we think you should execute. We want you guys to figure it out. That's part of the fun of the game, is like figure out which ships and careers and attributes and stats, which ones all work well together. But to more directly answer the question, if you have more ships, you can commit more ships to a mission, or you can even commit your entire fleet to a multiplayer pool where you guys can go complete the mission together.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Is it gonna be like 3D or not yet? Basically 2D, more like data, basically.
It's more, yeah, I don't want to, a lot of people have kind of compared it to O Game, if you've ever played that, which is like an in-browser, almost text-based. Ours, I would imagine, is going to be a lot nicer than that. To be perfectly frank, I haven't even seen any of the UI designs of what the ship missions are going to look like. We've been working more on the back end and blockchain components and the reward structures behind it, but Yeah, I mean, it's still going to be in browser, not necessarily WebGL or 3D yet.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's go into the rewards. Some people have some questions about this. Will we earn some type of game resources in the minigame, or is it just like Atlas token or Polis or whatever?
No, 100%. So we like to think of all of the resources as just being commodities, right? And so there's like, well, again, I don't think Danny wants me to reveal the exact number, but there's quite a number of different mineral types, you know, and all of the minerals or commodities have like varying rarity as well. But all of you know, keep in mind that all of these NFTs also have underlying component slots. So while you don't see them today, when we roll out the ship configuration tool, you'll be able to outfit it with certain crew members and certain components and certain weaponry, right? That's all variable. It's essentially your character loadout, except in Star Atlas and with respect to a fleet. So that's all coming. And when you're playing the game, I think by and large, we want you to be able to get new assets, like new NFTs. There's probably a component where it'll just be pure Atlas emission or pure Polis emission as well. But we're also focused pretty heavily on developing out the governance platform right now, where you can stake and start contributing your feedback and opinions and, you know, some of the comments that are in the channel. If you guys want to, once we roll out the DAO, the Star Atlas DAO, you can actually submit proposals on what you think needs to be changed, right? Even though it's largely within our control initially for these first couple of years, we're obviously still listening to everybody's feedback and improving the experience based on that.
Bro, you better listen to my feedback, man. You better listen, or I'm dumping. I'm dumping. I'm kidding.
Everyone except for you, I listen to, Kagi.
All right, cool, man. Sounds good. Okay, so many people actually had this question about captain or pilot badges.
Yeah.
How does that work? Currently, prices are at 15K and 1,300. So people are asking, is that the price? You know, I know that was dropped before. Some people do have those assets, and that's why the price is so much. But how does that work? Do we have to purchase this? Can we earn it? Like, how does it work?
There will be different methods of acquiring it. I mean, most likely though, it's just going to be a purchase, and they're going to be pretty inexpensive, especially relative to the price of the ship that you're piloting. The assets that you're seeing on the marketplace today, those are not official drops from us, the team. Those are from the Rebirth campaign. So, you know, everyone remembers that we had those 14 posters that came with various tier rewards. And so a component of that were these licenses and various badges. So wait for us to release the official license assets. You'll see, you know, the pricing will be transparent. There will be a lot of them. I would highly discourage you from purchasing any of those items on the open market today, or speculating on those at this point, because nobody knows what the price is, right? Everybody's just throwing everything up for as much as they can if they have it in their inventory. So anything that has not been released from us as a team, I would discourage you from purchasing. And thanks for bringing it to my attention, because we've attempted to block out any one of those markets where there's drops coming from us in the immediate term, because we really do want to protect the player, the individual, from, you know, going out and buying something for 5x what we're going to sell it for. You know, we don't want to feel like we're dumping on the market. We want people to get the best possible price from us at MSRP when it comes out. So that's the motivation. We'll take another look at what markets are open on the marketplace right now, and try to lock down on those that we think should not be tradable in the immediate term.
Absolutely. And people can see right here in my profile, you guys can see that I have space station, mining drill, power plant. That's because I bought one collectible. Actually, I bought more, but my transactions didn't go through. So, you know, first sale ever. You know, I knew some shit was going to happen, and it happened. So I actually bought like 5. So I only got 1 at the end. But anyways, at least I got something, right? And as you can see, space station, I got other spaceships right here. I have the Pierce X4 that is coming in 2 days. So that's why I have it, because of the drop that happened a few months ago. So yeah. All right, let me see if we can capture another question real quick.
Yeah, go
ahead.
I actually just want to jump in one thing, by the way, because I think I saw a comment in there, and I don't know if it was directed at me or us, but it was with respect to, we don't know which assets are sold from us. to that end, we are actually introducing a little kind of badge UI or icon UI in our marketplace decks, so you will be able to see which assets are being sold by us, and that just maps back to our market wallet address that we control. So going into the future, this is one of the subtle improvements that we want to make sure that people aren't just like jumping in as quickly as possible and buying for, like I said, 2x when our order just hasn't hit yet or something to that effect. We had a little issue with the Thripped, so we can get into essentially what the postmortem is on that if you want, but there will be a notification or a little icon next to the official orders from the Star Atlas team, so you'll know where we are selling them at.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. Even when I was buying in Serum, I mean, it's different. That's a little bit more technical. I'd rather people go to the website, to be honest. It's kind of smooth, actually. I can only imagine with a lot of people, buying, getting into the website and things not going well. I understand that, but it's better to do it on the website, to be honest. It's way smoother. It's more.
Just to be clear though, our web backend was completely stable. We had no issues with the web infrastructure or hosting or site crashing. The instability that people experienced was largely network related, so it wasn't necessarily anything to do with the way that we're delivering services. There is one final piece that I think it is an area that needs pretty considerable improvement across Solana, and that is the network layer itself with respect to these RPC calls. And this is essentially how the network communicates with itself, right? And so right now, a lot of projects are hitting capacity limits or API limits on those. Now we're actually running our own private API nodes. We have 12 of them running for this today, specifically for this. Certainly did not anticipate that we would exceed all limits and effectively crash our third party. But we were able to, recover pretty quickly within 45 minutes, get things moving smoothly again. So just to be clear, I feel very good about the way that we have our infrastructure established, and we're figuring out some of those bottlenecks that exist in the network to date.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I believe in you guys, man. I believe in this team. If you don't believe in this team, ladies and gentlemen, you can just hit the exit door, because I believe in it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a paid actor, by the way. So, all right, so here we go. Some people had questions, and I've seen them many times. Are you going to limit the amount that people can buy and sell, especially buy? People are worried about the whales. I'm okay with whales. I'm not a whale. I'm okay with it, and because they bring cash flow into the system, and they also bring a lot of players. So I like whales like YGG, like Real Deal Guild. These people have 30,000 people, 50,000 people, what I call liquidity of players. Basically, as soon as they buy all these assets, most of these whales, they actually want to operate in the game. So that is good for us. If you're a small player and you have a few spaceships and a few assets, that's good for you. Your assets get more valuable when this type of whales come in. I'm okay with that. But to answer that question from people, is that something you guys are looking into, like stopping people from buying a certain amount?
Sure. I guess first let me be clear. What we're not trying to create here is a flippers market. Mm-hmm. Okay, we tried to set an inventory level in anticipation of how many users we thought would come into the market. To be completely transparent, it was greater than $20 million in total value over these 5 ships. So again, difficult to kind of project what type of volume is going to flow in. We blew through all those numbers, so we're going to factor that into future decision making. But our intent is never to create an opportunity for a flipper to come in and then resell to somebody who wants to actually play the game, right? We're trying to create opportunities for people who want to deploy these assets in game. So what we're immediately doing, even starting today, is analyzing on-chain data, and we're going to look at distribution of assets across wallets. If we see that it's highly concentrated in a few wallets and that it was truly a whales game, which I can't actually definitively say yet. I don't know if it was just a bunch of people acting very quickly, or if it was one individual or one fund or one whatever coming in and buying a lot of assets. But we are going to analyze the distribution, and if we need to implement measures that restrict the ability to buy, we can do that. also, for everyone to understand, that is very much against our own best interest, right? I mean, it's a conflict of interest for us to essentially gate or rate limit people from being able to purchase assets from us. Our objective is to sell these ships into the community. And so if we start introducing these checkpoints where somebody can only buy so many, then that potentially reduces revenue for us, which means it potentially reduces our ability to develop out this game in the longer term, right? We've got a huge roadmap ahead of us. We're going to be spending $500 million to $1 billion building this out over the next 5 to 10 years. So it's important for us. It's critical for us to be generating significant amount of revenue today so that we can accomplish that mission. But we're factoring all of this in. And of course, we're going to be, once again, considering the experience with the community and trying to balance out our personal motivations with the community's motivations and improving upon the experience over time. Yeah, with that said, I think that I don't know today, as of right now, if it was truly a whale that just came in and bought everything or not. But once again, we're distributing these out over an extended timeline. Today was not the only opportunity. This was 3% of the total assets that are going to be listed by us in the generation 1. Okay, these are, we're thinking about these in terms of generations. And so all of the money, a lot of those are still to come. And then in the future, we'll consider.
I think I'm losing you here real quick. Wait a second. I think I lost you. Hello? Did we lose him? We lost him.
It's real choppy.
I lost you. I think I lost you here. Yeah.
We lost him.
Are you back? Let me see. Try to disconnect and connect again. Let me see. Wrecked. We got wrecked, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me bring him back. Let's see if we can bring him back. Yeah, for some reason we lost him there. But anyways, let's play the trailer while we get him back.
Space is legend has it that somewhere on the other side of space is a diamond the size of a planet. And everyone is out to find it. So I guess it all comes down to one thing. Who'll find it first?
Yeah, I think you guys can't see me either. But yeah, I think he bailed on us. He said, "Yo, I'm out." He said, "I'm out." But he'll be back. Unless I get another word from anybody else here. He bailed on us. Let me see. All right, while we wait, let me actually pull up my camera real quick. So you guys can see me at least. At least you can see a pretty face here. What's up? All right. Kagi, you the best. What do you guys want to know? I could teach you a few things here, okay? We got the brochure, ladies and gentlemen, for the people that haven't seen the brochure. Very important to see this, to see what kind of spaceship you want. Now, they also released this Medium article today. So for the people that are asking, holy shit, What does it mean? What does it mean? You see, you can read right here. Opal Jet, the smaller sibling of the Opal Jet, and it gives you all the all the description and all that good stuff. And then you got Visus Opal description right there. Then you got the compact hero. I can't even speak today, bro. Some description right here. Then you got the 3-pit. I got one of those. Anybody get one of these? I actually bought it after, so I bought it at a higher price. I didn't complain. I kind of had to do it. I was like, fuck it. I was kind of mad that I couldn't get in right at the moment. Somebody wiped them, but I got it for like $200-$300 more. Fuck it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Teach me how our rare ships are going to still retain their value if they only sold 3% of the total Gen 1 ships. Does that mean they're going to... well, it's very easy, right? This game, the scope of this game is to have a massive, massive game. Okay, wait. We have Swagner here. Oh, let me call you back. 1 minute. All right, so let me finish that thought, and I think Swagner can help us out there real quick as well. Basically, it's a massive scope of this game, millions of players, so there's gonna be many, many things to do. So I think the rarity is gonna be there, right? Depending on the things that you do, within the things that you do, and the verticality that you choose, right? So if you choose to be a data runner, there's gonna be rarity between that, within that. I can't speak today, bro. I can't. My words. I'm just gonna call Michael. He's gonna save me. Holy shit. All right, here we go. Let me call Michael real quick. Yeah. That. All right. Swagner, you here, bro? Calling. Okay. Damn. Okay, now we have him. Yo.
Yo, man, your stream completely crashed my computer. I don't know what's going on here.
It's all good, bro. So some people were asking, and maybe we can go into that real quick. I couldn't explain because my English sucks today and whatever. So basically people are asking, if there's still so many spaceships to be sold, how is their spaceship gonna still, have the same rarity, right? So basically the devaluation of his spaceship, because there's gonna be more spaceships, is that, and I told them basically that depending on the things that you're doing, right, there's gonna be rarity within those, things that you're doing, like data runner. There's gonna be a specific rarity for those type of ships, right? And I don't know if you can go into that and help me out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a sensitive subject, but I mean, generally speaking, every ship that we're launching is a unique ship. They all have different specializations and different objectives, right? That you can accomplish with them. To give you kind of a sense of that, we have ships that are essentially cruise liners, like space-themed cruise liners. And if your objective is to either transport people or entertain people or put together social experience inside the metaverse, that ship is going to be a great functional ship for you to do that. But the other thing that naturally is going to maintain the value of the ships is what I would say is that we're clearly growing our user base, right? We've gone from the beginning of if we were to talk from the beginning of the year, the number is staggering. But even over the last week, we've grown in our Discord community by 16,000 people. So we're not stopping here. We're targeting a global audience. We're looking at billions of people potentially playing this game in the long term. And I say billions, and that's potentially 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, which is our big vision for this, a fully self-sustaining economy and perpetually evolving public utility that is the metaverse. That's the big picture, right? And so our audience is global. But again, our we don't have any objective of making your ships go up or down in value. Our objective is delivering you a gaming experience that allows you to earn from that. So we want you to be able to purchase a ship. We try to price them, and we try to create rarity around them so that they're accessible to the existing user base. And then we use an econometric model to determine over time how many more to issue. Right? It's quite a complex formula that we're structuring that will determine when and how we can issue more assets. And it's largely based on the amount of capital that's flowing into the economy, the amount of transactions that are taking place across the economy, growth in daily active users, as well as things like asset destruction, right? Again, future feature, but we have that concept of play for keys. If you're out navigating around in deep space and you get into an engagement, this is permanent risk, like permanent risk of loss. If you lose, that ship gets burned. And so over time, there's actually going to be assets that get destroyed, further increasing the rarity of those ones that are still surviving. So I know there were some questions about like, how do you, I don't want to lose a $5,000 asset. Well, sure, we're going to integrate decentralized insurance directly into the game. So if you actually want to go participate in taking the risk out in deep space, you can do so, and you can have your ship insured, and we'll refine the mechanics around that. Maybe it's not one-time death and your asset gets destroyed. Maybe you get 5 lives with it, and maybe you can even purchase more lives, something like that, right? We'll figure that out when we get there. It's still very far away, but again, what we did today and what our objective in the future is to be able to allow a user base to purchase assets that can actually earn income for them, right? So yeah, we're not focused on price up or price down on these assets whatsoever.
Absolutely. And in terms of the amount, okay, for the spaceships that came out today, is there a possibility that you guys are going to issue more? So that's what you're saying, depending on destruction, depending on how many people are, in the economy. So you guys look at that data and say, okay, there's this amount of people, so it makes sense to issue more of these into the economy. Is that what you're saying, basically? It
is, but we use that econometric model once again to determine what's kind of a justified amount to issue into the economy. Right. The one aspect that I didn't mention, that's a part of the model, is also price appreciation. So all too well kind of what's happened in Axie, where a lot of people are priced out, right? They can't actually purchase the Axies they need to be able to play. Mm-hmm. So we don't want to see that happen. Like by and large, we want to ensure that if assets are appreciating in price over time based on user demand, not because there's some intrinsic value to those assets, which is also going to be very true. You buy something for $5K and maybe it pays you $100K in a year. Well, that means that somebody else is going to be willing to pay $20K for that to get that same $100,000 a year. I'm throwing totally arbitrary numbers out, by the way. Mm-hmm. We don't know exactly what they're going to be yet, but that is one factor that influences the underlying value of the ship. But the other factor is how many players are joining that need to get an asset so that they can play. So obviously, we have ships that we only sold a couple hundred of today. If we get millions of users, we don't even have millions of ships in the game yet. So naturally, we're going to need to issue more over time. And part of this is going to come from the new ship issuance. And then part of it's going to come from what we consider to be generational assets. So everything that you guys are buying today, this is first generation issuance. Now, whether the attributes or stats of the items change over time, also not entirely determined just yet. But there's a certain collectability value of being able to say, hey, I was there at the beginning, right? I bought this ship on September 7th, 2021, when it was the first issuance, and the whole freaking platform was a mess. And I had to fight my way to be able to purchase one of these assets. There's memorabilia value to that and collectible value to that. And so owning a generation 1 asset, has the potential to be more valuable than future generation assets when we launch them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know that all too well. People value that a lot. People value numbers too. I don't know if these assets have numbers. I don't think we could see that, right? By the way.
Yeah, the assets themselves, you can think of them as like semi-fungible to start because they're really truly SPL tokens, not necessarily individual numbered NFTs. However, what's going to happen in the future is as you start to modify your ship and customize your ship, it's going to turn it into a unique asset, right? It's going to turn it into kind of a one of one. So,
and you can name it probably, right?
Yeah, a lot of requests for that. So I see no reason why we wouldn't let people just name their ship for one. Also, you can apply decals and logos and branding, and of course, we're going to have a whole series of skins. In fact, the big announcement's going out today with a little drop about some of the skins that we're launching for the Pier 6.5. But yeah, a high degree of customizability. But what you bought today, it's kind of like buying the car off the lot, right? They all almost look the same when you first buy it, but as soon as you take it off the lot and you get a door ding, or you lower it, or you put some rims on it, then it becomes yours.
Is that what
And
you
that's
do? Is that what you do? You lower your cars, or not?
I
You
don't
keep
do
it
any of that, man.
You probably got a chauffeur. You're chilling. Yo,
My Honda Civic is perfectly stock.
oh, really? You have a Honda Civic? That's cool, man. That's cool. Me too. Me too. Yo, let me jump into something else real quick. I'm actually interested in this asset management for guilds, or for anybody, right? Especially with a mini game. Maybe people have to come into the. Do people have to do this? Do they have to like do some type of clicking every single day? Like games like Avagachi where you have to pet your Avagachi every single day. Is there something you have to do daily in the mini game? And if that's the case, I mean, I could see big guilds, right, kind of employing people to do this, right? Or,
Yeah. I this is one subject area where I really would defer to Danny on exactly how he wants to see that implemented. My suspicion and kind of my preference is that there is some component of interactive activity that's required, because otherwise it's just DeFi, right? Like if you don't actually have to do and take an action, then you might as well just stake assets to a pool and let it generate yield for you. So to me, part of what makes it a game is the fact that you are engaged and you're doing something with it every day. So certainly there will be components that are more automated than others. Maybe your mining equipment just operates all the time, but also your mining equipment reaches capacity, or your storage reaches capacity, and you have to then transport that to get it refined, right? And empty the hull, and then you can start mining again. So my suspicion is that it's going to be some combination of like automatic processes and some manual participation. But we don't want to make it boring or monotonous or like a grind either. So we're working on dialing in the balance so that it's a fun game, interactive, and still not just pure kind of yield, if you will.
Perfect. Now, another question here. When do we pick our factions to join as an avatar? Is it free?
Picking a faction is free, yes. We actually had that scheduled to launch today, but we thought with everything else that's coming out, everybody probably noticed, we have the new homepage, we have the new feature page. So that's when you first land on the site, which kind of outlines some of the upcoming features that you'll be exposed to. But we thought, with the launch that was going on today, it was already pretty complicated. Not complicated, but we didn't want to throw too much at everybody at once. So faction selection's probably coming within about a week, I would say. We're going to find a good time to launch that, but completely free. And that'll tie directly into the leaderboard. So that was another cool feature that we did launch today. I don't know if anybody looked at that, but we have the individual leaderboards, and soon to come will be faction leaderboards, and then also the guild-based leaderboards.
Oh, really? Where do we see this? Oh, there we go. And what is this leaderboard about? How does that, okay. So why is this person number one and not me? What the hell?
I thought you were number one. You told me that was your wallet address.
Nah.
It's currently the model is just based on economic value of either the wallet or the faction or the guild. So it will give you some indication of the economic and kind of political power of whatever entity it is that you're reviewing.
Absolutely. That's pretty cool. And then we got organizations, and then we got factions. Very nice.
Yeah, so those are the orgs are coming, and the factions are coming.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right, so let's jump into, will there be more assets, more spaceship assets, other than the ones in the brochure? I think we answered this, right?
Yeah, so the brochure takes us essentially through the end of the year. But there are right now scoped out 120 different ships. And so you're looking at something like 40 of those, I want to say. I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but the brochure has something like 40 ships. So about a third of the total ships that will be released over time are coming out in the minigame.
Okay, and what about the Titan ships? I'm interested in that. Who's getting these? How much do I gotta pay you, bro? Like, or is it on the low, low?
I'm going to be honest with you. So we're doing a reverse Dutch auction process on those, and they're going to start extremely high. My suspicion is that they sell for no less than 5 million, maybe $10 million.
Okay, sounds good.
So
I'll be
about the Titans.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Titans are going to be able to accommodate essentially entire guilds, though. Like it could be the sole base for your entire clan could operate out of a Titan, and the Titan itself has many different methods of creating revenue, right, and experience, and all different types of things. So it can be a home base, and maybe to address kind of like some of the questions that are out there about the cost of the ships, like Star Atlas is more about aspirational and aspirational wealth, and also compounding wealth, and like building something for yourself over time. It wasn't intended for everybody to have the biggest and best assets right out of the gate, right? It was like earn income, reinvest that income into yourself, and grow. Or alternatively, why don't we foster a DAO-based ecosystem where people are actually able, either independently or through us when we eventually implement it, to combine resources and collaborate and actually work together on a larger asset, or tie that into their bigger plan. So yes, some of the prices are high, especially for like the majority of the gaming world. But if you put 100 people together, it becomes like reasonable, right? And now you all have a collective vision and mission to accomplish.
I agree with that, actually. That's what I tell people all the time. Look, you can make these assets, they're amazing assets, right? The best ones, super cheap. But what is the incentive for somebody, that buys it super cheap to come back into the game, keep the money flowing, build a company around it? Like, you got YGG. If they put $5 million into one of these spaceships, they're going to fucking, bring people into it. They're going to bring money into the game. The economy is going to be better. Like, they're going to do their best for that spaceship to be worth it. So it makes the game better because people are working hard to make the spaceship, this Titan ship, work for them. So it works for the game. So it's basically what it is. This is a real life economy, baby. I mean, it is what it is. And we got spaceships for everybody. That's the truth. I mean, when I saw $20, I bought like 200 of these, right? Just in case I get a few people from my Discord, I can, lend it to them and stuff like that for cheap, and anybody can get them. $20, anybody can get them. So I think there's opportunity for everybody here. Of course, not everybody might get the Titan ships, but it is what it is, man. It's going to be a great economy, in my opinion, if we get, the amount of people that you guys are projecting, right? Which is millions of people in the future.
For sure. But really quickly on the, just for full transparency, on the Opal Jet, it was supposed to go out at $15. A little bit of a scramble first thing in the morning. We had automated trade execution. So the guys have developed out, the back end so that it would place orders at exactly the right time. And there was a failure in that. And so there was a scramble and there was manual entry on the Opal Jet orders. And so it was supposed to go out at 15 and 20, but it went out at 20 and 25. So what we've done is we don't want to now lower the price to 15 for the people that bought at 20 and feel like they got a bad deal. So we, instead of doing 20 and 25, we just did everything at 20 right in the middle.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I saw some people tell me, why didn't it come out at 15? They lied. I figured there was something behind that. I figured you guys wouldn't, do that because you guys wanted to cheat people out of the system. Anyways,
not for $5. It was just a manual data entry error, but it's
absolutely
kind of what it is.
All right, let me see if I can pick another question here. What is the problem with the marketplace glitchy? Okay, yeah, that we already addressed this type of the marketplace and what happened and all of that good stuff. Let me see. When will we okay? When will we be able to register name and titles? And do we have a cost for this?
Well, there won't be title registration. Name registration is going to be completely optional, but there is a cost for handle ownership. So want to keep in mind here that everything that we're building across Star Atlas is an ownership model, right? So personally, I don't even really think of like people buying assets to get into Star Atlas as an expense as much as it is, just ownership, right? It's kind of an investment into yourself because there's the potential that you bring that value back out later. If you're playing a traditional game and you pay the title fee and then you start playing the game and you stop playing, they're never going to give you your $60 back, right? Or your $50 back because you're done playing. It wasn't a rental, like a one-time rental fee. That was money that went away to them. In our case, when you buy any asset, there's the potential to recover the value of that asset in the future. So it's almost like staking value to be able to access the game and earn off of it. So with our naming service, it's very similar. And if anybody, for those that are familiar with crypto, like the Ethereum naming service or the Solana naming service, it's going to be very similar to that. So when you secure a handle, you actually own that handle. You can turn around and sell that to somebody else if you want. You can build up a character and you can isolate and even individually sell your name to someone else. This actually creates like pretty significant opportunity for things like espionage, right? So what if somebody buys a handle from somebody else and infiltrates a corporation pretending to be that person? But the whole point is like, yes, there's a cost to it, but it's also something else that you own. And the value of that could potentially change over time as well. Especially if you become a notorious player, somebody might just want to own your Star Atlas handle, right? So
cool. Yeah, I agree with that. I think in Navigacci somebody took my name and they felt bad and I think I said this before. They try to give it to me for free, and I actually incentivize him to be like, yo, you got my name, that's it. You got it. Make it a business now. I don't know, sell it to somebody else. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna pay you for that, but I won't take it for free either. You were smart enough to take my name and try to build something with it. Go ahead and do it. Maybe in the future I'll buy it. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
But let me add, man, because we talk about opportunities a lot across the metaverse and like ways that people can actually monetize time or their own capital. And think about someone who also has no intention of playing the game, but they're sitting there on the Star Atlas naming service and like picking out handles that they think are going to be attractive. They buy that handle and then they put it up on a marketplace for someone else to buy from them. Like that's actually providing an employment opportunity of some sort for some person, right? To try to like identify those optimal handles and list those on a marketplace and potentially even create their own website where they list the handles that they've secured, or some other developer to create some system around that extends the value and opportunity set behind Star Atlas.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually did that before with websites. I never hit the jackpot, but I'm not gonna say which websites I bought, but I bought some crazy stuff. I was like, yo, let me see if this hits the jackpot. Didn't work out. So yeah, I do see a business.
I'm sitting on 200 domains or so that are probably worthless, but I got one that's really, really valuable. So.
All right, some people donated to me. I feel bad if I don't respond. That's probably like, I don't know, like $10. Also, how much money they still need for the dev team before they introduce Atlas as coin purchase for their NFT marketplace, like economics papers say? So, are we gonna implement the Atlas token in the future for the marketplace?
Yeah, definitely, and it won't be much longer. We kind of have a roadmap for that, so we're pretty close. And in fact, I would anticipate both Atlas and Polis being accepted for individual items on the marketplace, but also. Look forward to, once again, to the governance website, the Star Atlas DAO website coming online. I don't want to throw that on the engineers right now. We are focused on the mini game, but given the revenue that we've hit this year already, we are growing the team by probably 300 to 400% in the next 8 to 12 months. So a lot more personnel and manpower will be coming on, and we're going to be executing extremely, extremely fast. If you look back at what we've accomplished this year, starting with an extremely small team, growing from 4 people to over 80 internal and 120 in total that are collaborating with us in some way, we're going to replicate that growth. But I think we're going to execute extremely efficiently, and all of the revenue that we're generating today, we're just reinvesting right back into the development of this concept. But anyway, further to the point, yeah, I can't put an exact date on it, but I will say before the end of the year for sure.
Okay, there you guys have it. For the people asking if we're going to be able to buy with Atlas and stuff like that, that's cool. Good to know. I bought a spaceship and I can't find it in my inventory. if the transaction went through, I'm gonna teach you right here. You go to inventory, it should be refresh, and it should be like a claimable asset, right? And then you hit claim. If not, it still hasn't gone through for some reason. But don't worry, you haven't lost your money, so it's all good. In any case, just join the Discord for Star Atlas, and they could help you there. Okay, let me see if we can grab a few more questions, and then we could end it. You know, it's been an hour. I know it's been a long day for you, bro. So let me see if we can find something here. With the ships that drop today, will we have a chance to buy more? Yeah, absolutely. So in 2 days, there's going to be another drop until, you said December, right, Wagner?
Yeah, I mean, we have a schedule through December, and I'm sure we'll be not necessarily modifying that schedule, but we're going to be planning for next year in Q4. So, you know, in the next 30 days, we'll start planning for next year, what things are going to take place.
Can we eventually get a license without having to pay? I think we answered that.
You know, I'm sure that we can introduce that as some type of
reward
drop request or mission, right, where you can get it as a reward. Yeah, but again, the cost of the licenses and the passports and even a complete package, which Danny's set up, that would allow you to access kind of every ship and every part of the universe, they're really not very expensive. So that's all kind of relative, right? I mean, expensive is individualistic, but it should scale pretty close to linearly with the value of the ship that you're actually flying. So if you can afford a $10,000 ship, you know, you can probably pay $200 for a license or something like that.
Nah, bro. I sold my house, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? I don't have enough. Actually, somebody did that once for Entropia. They sold they put their house for how do you say that in English? Where you get money for your house, but you don't really sell it. Whatever. He got money for his house. He didn't, you know, at the bank, and then he went and bought the crazy stuff. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. That's how you get wrecked.
Home equity line of credit.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah. All right, bro. Is there any other question that you saw that is important to answer in the chat by any chance? I just don't want to. Any technical questions, like really, really technical, go to the Discord. I promise. They're going to help you there. Just be patient. Any technical, like I can't cancel, stuff like that, go to the Discord. These are 2 little questions that we have answers in the Discord, okay? Anything, let me see. I think we're set here. Oh, people want to know about land, right? Is that gonna happen this year? The structures, anything
for
this
sure.
year or maybe next year?
Nope, this year for sure. It's coming in the mid game this year. I think that. So we had a whole model around land, and we were actually anticipating selling some land on this release, but. So the Republic team, Republic Crypto, we work with them on an advisory in an advisory relationship, and I've been working with them now for 4 months, and we came up with, just in the last couple of weeks, a really unique take on land ownership within Star Atlas that I think is going to really balance out the amount of capital required, you know, between ships and between land. So I don't want to reveal too much right now, but I think people are going to be extremely excited about their ability to capture land early on by being an early pioneer and explorer, and also the underlying cost of land. I think will be very attractive to people, at least for productive assets. So things like operating mining equipment and the like. Again, I want to share so bad, but I'm going to hold it back for now until we get it fully refined. There will be, land that is very expensive that's in like central space stations, very luxurious spots. The 3 central space stations have a penthouse suite that comes with its own ship. It comes with custom branding, and it comes with access to a VIP arena that they can host events in. And we already have people that are looking at purchasing those, and those are going to be very expensive. But there's also, condos and houses and shops and things like that you can buy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for pricing me out, bro. I appreciate that. No, that's kind of cool, bro. That's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Absolutely. And of course, I know you're going to send me one for free. So that is the amazing thing about being a YouTuber. He already told me he's gonna pay me with one of those penthouse. That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
No. I said an Opal Jet. I said an Opal Jet.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, let me see. One last question. Yo, shoot your question. Something important. Something interesting. Go. Last question, and we're out of here. Come on. Something interesting. Does ship have distinctions? Yeah. There's Gen 1, Gen 2, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
What balancing mechanics will be brought to the factions? I think we're too early to answer that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say too early. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the, I'd actually have to look at the site to see if we rolled out the faction selection page. I can't even recall right now. You're going to see on the faction selection page when we roll that out the different attributes that are, like the pros and cons of selecting each faction. They're pretty cool.
Okay. Cool. Okay, another one here. Quick. Will guilds be able to allocate how much money earned? I think how much money earned goes to the individual and how much goes to the guild. I think, yeah, in the guild management, that's part of guild management, right? There has to be a dashboard that is, fully immersive, and then you can do a lot of things, right? Land assets without actually, letting go of your asset. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, but you guys have that in mind, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, just to comment again on the crypto space, what's really cool about it and being decentralized and being open source in many cases is that we can actually utilize various financial primitives to introduce elements to our game without having to build them ourselves. So, in the immediate term, like, we're not focused on building out the decentralized autonomous organization structure that everybody's going to use. But I've already had conversations with several groups that can deploy a structure for us that all we have to do is provide access to our players, right? So it's as simple as an integration instead of a feature development. That's significantly faster. What we have to consider in any type of those relationships is, like, is there any potential point of compromise? Is it going to expose our players to anything that we don't want them to be exposed to? How does it impact us as a business? But, again, we aren't building out that specific DAO structure, but it will be coming in time. And anybody out there that is a developer that has interest in doing that, that's probably a huge opportunity. So maybe put your programming hands on and start coding something, and we'll integrate it into the game. Infinite opportunity for anybody to create something. If it adds value to Star Atlas, we will strongly consider how we add that to the game and permit value to be exchanged with the person who created it.
Great. I see a lot of questions. Guys, there's a lot of questions that we already answered. Structured GAO is scheduled for December, right? Yeah, I think we answered that already. What is driving Wagner? Okay, you guys are just trolling now. Can I be a pimp? Yeah, you can be anything you guys want. For the people asking for sponsorships, right? Like, can we sponsor our spaceship or our character? Yeah, you could potentially sponsor it, right? You get a sponsor, and if you're somebody like Kagi that is well known around the world, right? You could
there's no one like you, bro.
You could potentially get a sponsor and put a patch on your character. Of course, you could do all that. Look, the idea with Star Atlas is to be limitless. That is the idea. There's not gonna be some crazy TOS BS that is gonna limit you from doing many things. Of course, there's gonna be a set of rules, but it's not gonna be like your traditional gaming companies that are gonna like limit you, and all they want is the clout for them, and all they want is the money for them. No, the idea is to make it open for everybody. Now, I do have a last question. Are you guys selling worlds, like the whole planet in the future? Maybe planets?
That's a possibility. We don't actually. There's some unique opportunities around planets that would likely come farther down the pipeline when we get more into the metaverse experience component, where, I've talked about this a lot, but not everybody that joins Star Atlas is going to be super interested in engaging in high risk battles out in space, right? Like maybe they just want to float around on a spaceship, or maybe they just want to hang out on a planet. And the potential for a neutral planet to exist somewhere out in the solar system that's call it non-productive, right? So you're not generating ore, you're not generating income off of it, but it's a place for people to hang out, right? Or any type of experience could be created on that. Like the potential for those to exist and float around in the universe is definitely there. So presently, we're not selling any like bulk planet claims for mining or anything like that, but we'll continue to assess that as we go forward.
Nice. And one last question I also have is I haven't seen any like weapons for your characters. Like, is there gonna be like are we gonna be able to kill monsters in these planets and stuff like that? Because I don't just want to like be on a spaceship and killing other spaceships. Like I want to go and roam around in a world and kill some monsters for XP and maybe some resources and stuff like that, right? So I imagine we have a lot of that too, maybe in the future.
Totally, but that's pure Unreal Engine development. So you're not going to get any type of like on land first person shooter style gameplay in the mini game. Oh, I don't want to say never. We'll see.
Not in the mini game. No. I mean like in the actual game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're not just trapped to your ship. You can walk around in first person as well. You'll have a character, you'll have an avatar that's navigable. So exactly what you're talking about, right? Land your ship. You can exit your ship and walk around on a planet or a space station, something like that. And of course, there'll be weapons in that system as well.
Okay, cool. I like it. All right, that's it. Last one. I promise. I just like putting Wagner on the spot here, on the spot. Let's put him on the spot, guys. Hard questions. You guys came in like, oh, we're going to ask him the hard questions. You guys didn't ask anything, bro. How much time will be spent in space flying around versus on planets or on ships? I mean, that's up to you. That's like literally up to you. Whatever you decide to do,
that's right.
And the route that you decide to play the game, right? You can literally be in a strip club if you want the whole day. So, or in a casino. I'm sure people are gonna build casinos, and that could be a huge business. You build a casino, you build the machines, right? You program the machines, and that's it. And you can even sell the machines to people. Like even if you own the casino, you sell those machines to investors, and bro, you can generate some crazy revenue. People like to gamble.
Infinite potential, man. I love that example you just used, but yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm out. You guys are so bad at asking questions. Horrible. Next time, come prepared to the stream. No, for real. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This is the #1 NFT gaming channel in the world. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Kagi's just the best. And I love being with Wagner because this CEO, man, like out of all CEOs, I could troll all day and he doesn't get mad, even in serious things like this. I know some people aren't mad, but don't be mad, man. Don't be mad. Just have fun with it until we get to the final game. Just have fun.
Treat it all like a game, man. That's my recommendation. Treat all of this as part of the game. I made that comment a long time ago, and it was kind of cryptic of, hey, you're already playing, right? So everything from your strategy behind purchasing posters, even, that was a part of the game because that actually benefited a lot of people. I think all of the poster holders are pretty happy that they bought posters, right? So just think of every element that you're engaging in with us is a part of this overall big picture grand strategy. I have one request for everybody out there because I do know how frustrating it can be. I've experienced it myself, right? And we don't want to deliver that experience. But please, if you've gone through this, if you've resolved a problem and you see other people asking questions, please help us out and help other people, help improve their experience. We are still, we're only, as big as the team is, it's still nothing compared to the many thousands of people that are out there trying to play. And I mean, I'm getting thousands of messages per day and our team is getting tens of thousands of messages per day. So please help other people figure this out, just like Kagi's doing with you guys right now. It's super appreciated. It's just going to lead to a better experience for everyone. So that's just my pleading with the public.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think people should be a little bit more helpful to other people and kind of spread the information. That's what I try to do on the channel. There's other YouTubers trying to do it, like Jake, Zoologene, all these people, Crypto Stash, all these people are trying to help, people get onboarded. That's really what it is. I could literally sit on my computer and, do videos about how good I am at a game, which I'm the best at every single game. But I'd rather teach you guys, to be honest. And if you're older than me, hey, you're getting taught by a kid, bro. That's right. That's right. What's up? anyways, bro, thank you for being here, man. I think we're gonna call it here.
Cool.
Where's my mouse? God damn it. All right, there we go. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment without any scams, and make sure you subscribe to the #1 NFT gaming channel in the world. I'll see you guys next video.
Thanks, Gaggy.